Well, I know millionaires, bro, who are miserable and unhappy. Let me say that one more time. I know millionaires personally who are unhappy. I know people who are wealthy and miserable in their soul. They have poor marriages. They feel empty and they're searching. You hear what I'm telling you? Yes. So I'm saying that because I want people to think that climbing the mountain of socioeconomic status does not satisfy brokenness. It's not going to heal that. You will get to that mountaintop in corporate, in sports, in ministry. You will get up there and realize, oh snap, I'm still broken. Right? Now here's the thing. So we've established that all human beings deal with brokenness. All human beings deal with pain. Money is not going to protect you from that. Status is not going to protect you from that. Relationships, it's not going to protect you from that. There's nothing to insulate against pain and brokenness. Here's the thing. We all feel it, but how we deal with it is different. Some people, like I used to be when I was in the street, you're going to turn to vices to medicate that pain. So bottles, drugs and alcohol, pornography, people addiction. You know, a lot of us, we love comments because we want to see if people can make us feel good in the comments. And so we use all of these vices to what we're really doing is trying to medicate pain, right? Or it's like women who've not been affirmed, and so their bodies are everywhere. And really, we call them hoes and prostitutes and we tear them down, but you never ask them, was they raised with their father? You never asked them, have they ever felt love? You've never asked them, you know what I'm saying, have they dealt with rejection? We just demonize them because they came to church with their thong hanging out, but you never taken the time to ask them about the condition of their soul. Like Mary Magdalene, who had multiple demons, or the woman at the well who was hopping in and out of beds and in and out of, like we don't take time to get to the origin of that. So the woman who's hopping out of beds, multiple husbands, she's a broken woman. Can we just get Bible for a second? Let's go all John for a second. When Jesus meets the woman at the well, right? We only focus on the fact that she's had 5 husbands, and the husband she had now, the 6th man, she meets the 7th man at the well. Okay, I feel like I want to preach, right? So she's had 5 husbands. The man she has now is not a husband, her 6th man. And we just look at her like she's just reckless with her body, right? But we don't want to take time to ask her a question. So we look at the text. Let's ask her a question in the text. Here's the question we need to ask her in the text. Why are you coming to the well at noon? Women don't come to draw water at noon. It's too hot in Israel. Culture would tell us they come to draw water early in the morning when it's cool. You know who else is there early in the morning? All the other women from the city. You know what that means? There's community there and accountability there. But when she comes to the well, there's nobody there. So she comes to the well, watch, when she knows she will be alone. You know why? Because she's broken. She has insecurities. She doesn't want to be around people to talk about insecurity. So she thinks she can circumvent people and keep her insecurities herself by showing up at the well when she's alone. Why? She's trying to hide from the fact that she's broken. That's the question we need to ask in the text. The question of the text is, why are you coming there at 12 and you're not coming there at 6 in the morning or 9 in the morning? But when she gets there, she meets the 7th man who changes her life, right? Right? So she's using men to medicate her pain, right? Somebody else uses pornography. Somebody else uses weed or alcohol. Somebody else uses cocaine or meth. Somebody else uses cake and chocolate. Somebody else uses food. Somebody else, can we go deeper? 100%. Okay. Somebody else uses Christian platforms. Somebody else uses stages and lights. Somebody else uses social media. They post just to get likes. They post just for people to laud them in comments. We use all kind of stuff to medicate a pain. You know what's my number one vice? I still got a vice. You hear what I just said? Right here on the podcast. Philip Anthony Mitchell has a vice for my pain. You know what my vice is? My prayer room. I am a needy individual. And so it used to be pornography, but my wife caught me with that early in the marriage, right? It used to be weed and drugs, but I got delivered from that. It used to be heavy alcohol, but I got delivered from that. It used to be the applause of people, but I got delivered from that. My vice now is my secret place. Prayer is my vice. So every time I feel broken, every time I feel depressed, every time I feel lonely, every time I feel hurt, every time I feel frustrated, every time I feel attacked, every time I feel misunderstood, every time my heart is longing from from some human emotional pain, I have taught myself to carry my heart into the presence of the Savior. I will bury myself in the Psalms, and I'll bury myself in God's presence, and I'll fight my way out of darkness, out of depression, out of sadness, out of insecurities. Prayer has become my vice. And if we can encourage, which camera's mine? Can I look into that camera? And am I allowed to do that? Yeah. And if we can encourage some more of you, our brothers and sisters, to make prayer your vice, and what happens is then you always have a safe place for your brokenness, because the Father will always meet you there, love on you there, wrap his arms around you there. But then you look up after a while of doing that, you realize brokenness has now created greater intimacy with God, because you've turned the secret place into advice. So there is a net benefit. God will meet you there, but after a while, you have greater intimacy with him because you keep using him as your vice.